Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art again. And I was going to give you kind of an update on the nuclear stuff. And to be honest, I was nonplussed about, let me see if I can get this stories opened. I was really nonplussed about what I found, mostly because it's kind of shocking. I went to the NRC notification events, and this was weird. This was for today, so February 13th. They had the usual non-emergency. They were giving somebody radioactive therapy, and the machine failed to retract, so they had to report it. And then this one really piqued my interest. Quaker Oats Company reported Pepsi-Cola Quaker Oats reported the loss of the ATI 100S 500 microcuries license source SN3005. Strontium 90. It has 500 microcuries of strontium 90. What do they use that for? So, but anyways, check this out. So it turns out they sent it in to get a remodel, and for some reason they lost it. So they're saying it's due to an accidental loss and not criminal theft or neglect. And they're going to see if they can find it. But that kind of shocked me. And then Catawba in South Carolina, run by Duke Energy, which is really horrible. They had a scram yesterday. It's 100% no power is out. It's in hot shutdown. But they're saying don't worry about it. So I looked online to try to find something. And all of that kind of got me all anxious. So it brought me back to what's really been on my mind, and I'm sure it's been on your mind too. And that is, are they really going to have the Radioactive Olympics? So I did a card reading. I'm going to do a spiritual card reading. I pulled cards from the Spiritual Tarot and from John Holland's Spirit Messages. And I pulled 3 cards from, the angel cards from Mark Bajerski. And, it's usually past, present, future, or the foundation of the question. And the question really was, well, will we be able to cancel or stop the Radioactive Olympics? So that's the question. I'm going to read the Celestial Tarot, and then the John Holland cards, and then the angel cards, and see what kind of answer we come. I have not looked at the cards. I did pull the cards because I decided after doing them the first 2 times, it's kind of ridiculous for me to just sit and chat with you and talk to you about it while I'm pulling the cards. So I asked the question before I came online, and I'm trying to figure out this camera thing. I think I've done it a little bit better, and I will make an effort to look at you. I know it's kind of hard to connect when I'm not actually looking at you. So I appreciate the fact that all of you are coming here and watching my readings. And, it's not like putting up with this, but it's kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall. I want solutions. And so I want to know, will we be able to stop the Radioactive Olympics? So the foundation, and that is from the Celestial Tarot. So let's see, what does this say? The 2 of Pentacles. I believe we had this card the other night, Aquila. This is the foundation. Oh, I keep holding it up there. I put the camera closer so that we could see it better. And the book really goes into it. It's quite a long explanation. So I am going to spare you that one. But let's take a look at what this says. 2 of Pentacles. I'll show you what I will do. I will go into it. And I'll read it to you just tonight. It's going to make this reading a lot longer. But I think I'm getting like 10 views, so does it really matter? I don't really care. This is really therapy for me, folks, I guess, huh? And I'm hoping that we can provide some answers. This is one of the reasons I'm doing it. So the 2 of Pentacles is Aquila. So I'm just going to read it straight from the book. Since the Mesopotamian period, the constellation of Aquila has been recognized as an eagle. To the Greeks, this majestic bird was sacred to Zeus and became aligned with the Olympian king as it had in other cultures. Across different cultures, the eagle has been connected to the highest officials, kings, heroes, and rulers. As the king of birds, the eagle was aligned with the sun as its patterned heavenward flight reminded the ancients of the sun rising in the sky. The eagle became symbolic of the majesty and power of heavenly fire, including firestorms, lightning, and thunder. Hence, it was appropriate that the eagle was the instrument of Prometheus's punishment when he stole fire from heaven, and that Zeus became associated with the lightning bolts, the fiery eruption of the sky gods. Boy, doesn't that sound like nuclear? When the Two of Pentacles is revealed, we encounter the potent image of the eagle, an emissary of the highest order who swoops into our lives, guided by the will of the gods. As a surrogate of the sun, the eagle represents the awareness of the wide horizon, as the creative spirit is ready to take flight into the period of growth and expansion. The constellation has also been known since Roman times as Aquila or Antonius, named for the beautiful youth who was the lover of Emperor Hadrian. The Greeks had depicted the constellation as an eagle carrying a youth forward towards heaven in its claws. In Greek myth, Zeus's eagle Aquila had abducted the beautiful young Trojan prince Ganymede and taken him to Olympus, where he became the cupbearer to the gods. Zeus was in love with the young boy's beauty and elevated him into the heavens as Aquarius. Similarly, Emperor Hadrian fell in love with the powerful beauty of Antonius. When the young man mysteriously drowned in the Nile, Hadrian's grief was so great that the boy became immortalized, his image combined with Aquila's. Myth and history overlap the motif of the king's godly love for youthful male beauty. In the Two of Pentacles, Ganymede and Antonius symbolize the creative resources and capital that is available. Beauty and masculinity combine as the image of worldly potential, which the more mature aspects, Beauty and masculinity combine as the image of worldly potential, which the more mature aspects of the self desire. Therefore, the Two of Pentacles promotes the integration of the mature and worldly with the more youthful and innocent and potential aspects of the self. Ganymede's beauty is symbolized by the planet Venus, which is the ruler of the second decante of Capricorn, the sign representing authority and supremacy. Combining the two archetypal energies indicate the need for both control and balance of personal resources, whether they are emotional, physical, or financial. The eagle is an omen that the resourceful potential of the individual will materialize if they take hold of the situation and direct it toward the goal. The appearance of the card augurs a period when we may be attracted to the creative and resourceful ventures. Aquila is also known as the eagle that daily pecked out the liver of Prometheus as punishment for his heavenly theft of fire. Unlike Ganymede, Prometheus entered the realm of the gods to steal from them, not serve them. With the appearance of Capricorn, it is imperative to understand the potential consequences of your actions and to act in accordance with the prevailing laws, being responsible for your actions. Wow. The different myths associated with this constellation resonate with the two rulers of this card, Saturn and Venus. Saturn implies that a mature and responsible direction needs to be applied. Venus represents the beauty and creative potential of the situation, and when aligned with Saturn, can be structured and directed towards a prosperous and pleasurable outcome. Literally, a new project may benefit from an older individual's mentoring and a younger person's passion and enthusiasm. The two pentacles imply union and balance and suggest that the two psychic strands need cooperation to be resourceful and productive. In the card, drops of blood fall from the wound of Aquila that Sagitta, the Ace of Cups, has opened. Regeneration is taking place, and material and emotional resources are available to move forward. When the Two of Pentacles is drawn, the card implies the necessity to forge a fertile relationship between commerce and creativity, work and play, maturity and innocence. It strikes the balance between the masculine needed to take action and the feminine way of allowing things to happen. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So, you know what I thought I would do? Instead of reading all three of these cards, I'm going to read the foundation for, I'm going to read the past, present, and future from all three sets of the cards, right? So, now I have these John Holland Spirit Guide messages. So, I'm going to read that card next. And that's also for the past, the foundation of this question of, will they cancel the Radioactive Olympics, or can we get the Radioactive Olympics stopped? That's really the question. Will the Radioactive Olympics be stopped? So the card is Stay Connected. We got that again the other night too, didn't we, I think? Stay connected. So I'm going to read what this guy says in his book. Stay connected. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying connected. That's the foundation of this question, right? We are all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from the connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to the source. This card signifies that you're probably overreaching and striving too hard in the material world for things that will make you feel good, or that you're looking for specific answers. When you're constantly reaching outward to achieve or acquire more and more, it's easy to slip further away from the spark, your life force, and your soul may wander off its original track. Wow. While we're all born connected to spirit, the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us will be replaced with another source or substitute, such as food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work, hence the term workaholic. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. This card is your wake-up call. It's time to pull back from the stresses and strains of daily life and seek out that inner place of silence, calmness, and peace. Meditation will help you connect to the source once again and provide you with the opportunity to step back and view your current life from the eyes of your soul. Wow. Okay, so that's the foundation of that one. And then I'm going to read Mark Bajerski's angel cards. So I'm going to read that as part of the foundation. So these are all the foundational answers. Or the past. I guess it's the past or the foundation, however you want to look at it. So this is the Angel of Hope. Wow. So will we be able to cancel the Radioactive Olympics? I am here to tell you there is a new path for you now. The years to come will see a flow of peace and happiness entering your life. All your family and spirit have been working lovingly towards it. As your angel of hope, I ask that you close your eyes and say these words. I cannot see, but I know everything positive is now on its way. I trust with all my heart that my loved ones in spirit are leading me on this powerful and deeply positive path. Now it begins. Wow. That's pretty amazing. So that's the foundation of this question. Will we be able to stop the Radioactive Olympics? So now let's come to the present, okay? And the present is the Four of Pentacles. Orion. The thing is about this, on these cards, they're very symbolic. And you see the Four of Pentacles here. And you see he's holding something. When we read the further explanation, it will explain all of this. Even this is a symbol that's significant to this reading. So I'll let you look at that a minute. I'm going to put the book down. I am going to read the full explanation of the Four of Pentacles because I think it gives us a fuller depth of meaning. It's a page and a half, just to warn you. With the Four of Pentacles, we enter the first sphere of Taurus, the fixed earth sign of the zodiac. In the second triumvirate of Pentacles, the issues of life and lessons reflected by this card focus on possessions and resources and the values that we assign to them. Now, this is the present. This is very interesting. The zodiac polarity of Taurus and Scorpio psychologically reflect developmental process of identification with objects and their ascribed value. This ability to distinguish between our own possessions and others allows us to let go of attachments and share resources, behavior consistent with the Four of Pentacles. Therefore, it is appropriate that Orion represents the Four of Pentacles, the first decan of Taurus, the constellation of the zodiacal bull. We have already met Orion in the 13th major arcana card of death, ruled by Scorpio. When Orion sets, his nemesis Scorpio rises, eternally set against one another in the celestial theater. Underpinning the celestial drama is a more ancient layer of meaning than reflects the motive of death and rebirth. The three bright stars in Orion's belt are as easily recognizable as the Big Dipper or the Southern Cross. To the ancient Egyptians, this giant of the constellation was their god Osiris, whose heliacal rise heralded the return of spring and the annual growth of the crops. The theme of death and resurrection became embedded in the Egyptian psyche through their god Osiris. As the original deity associated with the stars of Orion, Osiris heralds a period of fertility and abundance, yet also the realization that this period will not last forever. When the Four of Pentacles appears, it suggests stability and security has been or will be accomplished through a period of prosperity and resourcefulness. The tendency will be to hold on and try to control these resources. However, this card highlights the need to be aware of the gradual erosion of these resources unless they are regenerated and shared. On a literal level, this suggests excessive control, the inability to delegate or share the rewards, even concerns of inheritance or dissemination of family resources. Wow. To the Greeks, this constellation was the eponymous hero. I don't know what that word means, eponymous. Eponymous. The giant son of Poseidon. Orion was known for his skill as a hunter, as depicted in this card. One of the first labors was to rid the island of Chios of all its wild animals. Similarly to Osiris, Orion met an untimely death. There are several different accounts of how Orion dies. One variation of the myth indicates that Orion boasted that he would rid the earth of all the wild creatures. In doing so, he transgressed the sacred realm of Gaia and defiled nature. To punish his hubris, Earth released a giant scorpion, and Orion died from its toxic sting. The need to discriminate between the divine and the human realms is a motive consistent with the Four of Pentacles. In its distinction between inner values and outer possessions, Taurus represents awareness of the boundary between Earth's sacred and secular spheres. When this card appears, the individual needs to reflect on their attitudes about the material realm. Focusing on the material realm may deflect emotional inadequacies and fear of being vulnerable and open to others. Orion lacked respect for nature and was punished. The moral of the Four of Pentacles is that pursuit of the material world at the expense of internal values results in loss. Wow. With the appearance of this card, the unconscious is issuing a warning about being too fixed on material gains. Wow. Traditionally, the Four of Pentacles is known as the miser. Variations of the card depict the individual fearing holding on to their resources. Unfortunately, this position does not allow any exchanges of resources or growth of investments, and also suggests that the flow of emotional energies is blocked. Projecting our anxieties onto material possessions or lacking confidence in our ability to regenerate and accumulate resources may mask the inability to give freely of ourselves. Wow. The first decan of Taurus is ruled by Venus, reminding us that the realm of Taurus relates to pleasure. With Venus, pleasure is gained through the exchange of resources. When the Four of Pentacles is drawn, it alerts us to the need for pleasure, sensual stimulation, and contentment, which is not attained through the holding on or being rigid. What is important to secure and protect, and what needs to be let go? The card suggests that the individual confront what they are clinging on to as a defense against loss or the fear of the future, even the fear of success. Ironically, the more the individual digs in their heels, the more they seem to stagnate. Hence, the unconscious is revealing that it is time to let go. On an oracular level, the card implies regeneration and growth if the cycle is allowed to take its place. Oh my gosh. I don't think they're going to cancel it, you guys. I think this is talking about the bad ends. So let's see what the John Holland says. That's this. About the present. Oh man, wait till you see this. Forgiveness. Wow. That's the present, forgiveness. That gives me chills. That lets me know that they're not going to cancel it. I'm having chills all over my whole body right now. Holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful, and it has the capacity to heal and transform. You know what this makes me think about is Dave Parrish's meditation event that's coming up on 3/11. You receive this card right now because past hurts need to be healed. Amen to that, brother. The spirit world is trying to assist you in stepping out of that stagnant energy wrapped around old wounds so that hidden spiritual and life experiences can emerge. Once these past hurts are dispelled, you'll feel reawakened, energized, happier, and more connected. Forgiveness is about choice. It's not about absolving someone of their past actions. It's a matter of releasing the anguish and torment of your soul I'm going to read that again. It's a matter of releasing the anguish and torment your soul is having to cope with. Forgiveness requires compassion, insight, kindness, and wisdom. Each time you forgive, it will enable you to release positive energy toward healthier and more productive endeavors. Every time you forgive, you break the cycle of pain. Forgiveness enables you to be less affected and constrained by the suffering, so you empower yourself to stop feeling like the victim. As those feelings of resentment and hurt melt away, your capacity to love, to trust, and to believe all rise to the surface so that you can get back to loving yourself and vibrating at a higher level. Forgiving someone is not a sign of weakness. In fact, it's a sign of pure spiritual strength. Wow. Okay, now let's see what Mark Bajerski has for our present. It's the Angel of Forgiveness. Wow. So let's check this out. We have this, the Four of Pentacles, Forgiveness and forgiveness. I guess forgiveness, we're going to really have to concentrate. I'm literally getting chills all over my body right now from this. Today I'm holding your hand. I know what you have been through, and I felt your suffering. My dear friend, pain can be inevitable, but it is up to you to decide how long to hold on to it. Close your eyes and let go of this burden, and allow forgiveness to flow through your life. Do not seek to know how or why this painful challenge came to you. Just forgive everyone, everything, and above all, yourself for your suffering, and be stronger for what you have experienced. It is time to let go. Wow. That's our present. Wow, man. I'm glad I'm doing this. I don't know about you, but I know it's helping me. So this is our future. I'm going to read the next 3 cards. This is about the future. I've had this a million times in my life. Mutable water, Prince of Cups. So that's what this is. Here, maybe I can put it closer. You can see all the details on the card. So let me see what this says. The Prince of Cups. Prince of Cups. Oh yeah, in this book, the princes are all separate. This is a really great book if you're into tarot at all. This Celestial Tarot was the foundation of all the tarot that they had. So the Prince of Cups, Pisces, are mutable water. Immersed in the element of water and surrounded by omens, suggesting an encounter with the feelings, the Prince of Cups embodies the youthful romantic spirit that is ascending to the horizon. Now remember, the question is, will the Radioactive Olympics be canceled? And this is the future. If we're in the same place where we're at, like if no major catastrophe. So this is the future. This is the outcome, I guess. The Prince's cup is overflowing. Fish, symbols of life and fertility, surround the prince, while dolphins leap in anticipation of the possibilities before him. The Prince of Cups has become transfixed in the moonlight. Drawing down the moon, he fills his vessel with the rich and fertile lunar energy that will allow him to respond to his deepest needs. When the card appears, the individual is under the spell of the moon, bringing a change of mood. There is more receptivity, vulnerability, and willingness to be engaged. On an outer level, this may signify a new romantic liaison or interest. On an inner level, it signifies an engagement with the imagination, suggesting the emergence of poetic impulses from one's creative side. The sign of mutable water is Pisces, ruled by 2 powerful deities. Classically, Jupiter was the regent of this realm, but in contemporary astrology, Neptune is the co-ruler. Both symbolize the vast expanse of the human psyche, and together they augur a spiritual journey into the realm of the imagination. The Prince of Cups portends a soulful pilgrimage into the region of the heart. When this card appears, the individual is preparing for an encounter with the unconscious, a revelation or vision that awakens them to heartfelt feelings and cravings. This may be manifest through an emotional or romantic liaison, or through the awakening of creative impulses. Visions and dreams suggest the emergence of a new creative pathway. The shadow side of the prince is an escapist, where love, creativity are illusionary defenses against the fear of loss or intimacy. Wow. When this occurs, the individual may feel vague or confused about a relationship or creative project, usually a sign that something deeper is stirring. However, when the Prince of Cups appears, he heralds new possibilities in the realm of love and suggests that healing is possible through immersion into the watery realm of feelings. That's Dave's meditation day, you guys. Exploring one's dreams, expressing creativity, and following one's bliss seems appropriate when the Prince of Cup appears. He has materialized to inspire the individual to open the vessel of the heart to new possibilities. Wow. Okay, so let's see what John Holland's cards say. Ooh, reach out. We got that one the other night too, didn't we? Kind of the current common theme here. Reach out. Wow. Okay. Reach out. We know you're reaching out right now to help due to a certain... Wow, this is a shock. We know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support, however it's presented to you. The spirit world is handing this card to you for a specific reason. Wow. This is very interesting. For many of us, we believe that we can cope with almost anything that's thrown at us, any crisis or turmoil in our lives. But sometimes it's just impossible to actually cope on our own. There will be times, and by receiving this card, it probably signifies that this is one of those times when it's totally okay to reach out and ask for some support. You can't do everything on your own, and the first step is to stop and acknowledge that you could use some help. Once you allow the support to be offered, not only will you feel better, but you will be able to achieve so much more. Wow! Your health and well-being will be re-energized, and you'll find new ways of coping, both with this current situation and, more important, with those in the future. Also remember, you have help and support there among your friends and family in the physical world, as well as from here in the spirit world. Man, I don't know about you, but this is really, really, really talking to me about Dave's meditation thing on 311, that we can, maybe we really can stop them. Maybe when we do our meditation reading on 311, a group reading, we'll be able to focus in and change their minds. Maybe that's what it's about. And truly forgive them. Forgive them for being so greedy. So this is what the cards say in the future. The angel card is Angel of Patience. So forgiveness and patience, I guess that's our message today. Be patient today. Allow the flow of life simply to surround you with trust. The time is not ripe for you to make a hasty decision. Close your eyes and know that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. In time, you will see that by not forcing or pushing today, you made the right decision. Take a deep breath and let this energy go. Then get ready for a new and even stronger energy to come into your life. Wow. I find that this font is kind of hard for me to read with or without my glasses. But look at this. Patience. Well, that's our reading today, folks. I don't know how you feel about it, but it really spoke to me, especially the idea of forgiveness and reaching out. And maybe if we do this group meditation, we'll be able to change their minds. And if nothing else, maybe we can just let go of the anxiety that knowing they're having the Radioactive Olympics. Very interesting. I find this interesting doing the cards on this videotape because I actually go back and listen to it again afterwards to try to catch, because I'm reading it as I go. But boy, this is pretty interesting. So the question was, will they cancel the Radioactive Olympics? I think we need to move into forgiveness. I think we need to forgive them for being greedy. I think we need to reach out and ask for help and ask the Olympic committees to stop. We need to talk to our government officials. We need to have patience. And the Prince of Cups, talking about what will come. Oh my gosh, I see him at 35 minutes. So I'm going to end here and let you guys just focus on that. And I appreciate everybody who comes here. And I guess we'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions or comments about any of this, please put them in the comments. Please like, click, and subscribe. And like I said the other day, even if you don't like this, please let the video run all the way through so that my numbers get bumped up and people can find me, because many of my subscribers have told me that they are not finding me. It's kind of hard to find me. And I think that's because the views, people watch my videos, the average I think is 8 minutes or something like that. And so it doesn't get watched all the way through the whole 10 or 15 or whatever it is. But put your courage feet on, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao. Let's see, figure that out.